Welcome everyone to a journey into one of the most infamous locations in Los Angeles history, the Cecil Hotel. When it first opened its doors in 1924, it was a beacon of opulence and luxury, a grand dame in the heart of downtown. With its lavish marble lobby and elegant design, it was meant to host business travelers and tourists in style. But the glamour was short-lived. The Great Depression hit, and the Cecil's fortunes began to spiral. What was once a symbol of prestige slowly transformed into a place synonymous with darkness, despair, and some of the most baffling mysteries of our time. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hotel that many believe is not just haunted, but cursed. Perhaps the most chilling story to emerge from the Cecil is the tragic and deeply unsettling case of Elisa Lam. In 2013, the 21-year-old Canadian student was on a solo trip up the West Coast. She checked into the Cecil, but just days later, she vanished without a trace. Her parents reported her missing, and a police investigation began. The case took a bizarre turn when the LAPD released the last known footage of her. It was from one of the hotel's elevators. The video is profoundly disturbing. In it, Elisa is seen acting erratically. She enters the elevator, pressing multiple buttons. She peeks out into the hallway as if hiding from someone, then steps back in. At one point, she seems to be having a conversation with someone just out of frame, gesturing with her hands in a strange, almost unnatural way. Then she walks away, and the elevator doors finally close. She was never seen alive again. For weeks, the search for Elisa Lam yielded nothing. Meanwhile, guests at the Cecil began to complain. The water pressure was low, and the water itself had a strange taste and color. On February 19th, a maintenance worker went to check the massive water tanks on the hotel's roof. Lifting the heavy lid of one tank, he made a horrifying discovery. Floating inside was the body of Elisa Lam. The discovery raised more questions than it answered. How did she get up there? The rooftop was supposed to be locked and alarmed. How did she get inside the massive water tank and close the heavy lid from the inside? The official autopsy report ruled her death as an accidental drowning, with her bipolar disorder listed as a significant contributing factor. But for many, this explanation just doesn't add up. The theories surrounding her death are as wide-ranging as they are frightening. Many point to the elevator footage as evidence of foul play, suggesting she was being pursued by someone we can't see. Was she trying to escape an attacker? Others delve into the supernatural, suggesting she was influenced by a malevolent force within the hotel. The Cecil's dark energy, they argue, drove her to her death. Then there's the more grounded theory focusing on her mental health. Could a severe manic episode have caused her to behave so erratically, leading her to seek refuge in the water tank, not realizing the danger? The coroner found no signs of trauma or drugs in her system, making the foul play theory harder to prove. To this day, the true circumstances of what happened to Elisa Lam in her final hours remain one of modern history's most haunting unsolved mysteries. But Elisa Lam's story is just one chapter in the Cecil's dark saga. Long before her death, the hotel had already earned a reputation as a magnet for the macabre. In the mid-1980s, it became the temporary home of one of America's most terrifying serial killers, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. During his horrific killing spree, Ramirez would return to his cheap room at the Cecil after a night of murder, his clothes and hands covered in blood. Nobody batted an eye. In the chaotic and crime-ridden environment of the hotel at the time, his appearance went unnoticed. He would simply walk through the back alley and up to his room on the top floor. He even reportedly disposed of his bloody clothing in the hotel's dumpster. The thought of a brutal killer living among unsuspecting guests is chilling to the core, and the darkness doesn't stop there. The Cecil's history is littered with countless other tragedies. It became known as the Suicide, a place where people came to end their lives. There are documented cases of people jumping from windows, including one tragic incident where a falling person landed on and killed a pedestrian below. Other residents were found dead in their rooms under mysterious or violent circumstances. The hotel seemed to attract a transient population of people on the fringes of society, and with that came a constant stream of violence, despair, and untimely deaths. It was as if the very walls of the building were saturated with sorrow. Each new incident added another layer to its grim and terrifying legend. With such a history, it's no surprise that the Cecil Hotel is considered one of the most haunted places in America. For decades, guests and staff have reported a host of paranormal experiences. People speak of an overwhelming feeling of dread the moment they step inside. They've reported seeing ghostly apparitions in the hallways, hearing disembodied voices and unexplained footsteps in empty rooms, and feeling unseen hands touching them. Some have even claimed to be choked by an invisible force while sleeping. Elevators are said to operate on their own, and objects move without explanation. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the sheer volume of these accounts creates an undeniable atmosphere of fear. It feels like the countless tragedies that occurred within its walls have left a permanent, dark stain on the Cecil. In recent years, there have been significant efforts to shed this sinister reputation. The hotel has undergone major renovations and rebranding attempts. It was even temporarily renamed Stay on Main to create a separate, more inviting identity for a section of the building, aiming to attract a younger, hipper crowd of tourists. The goal was to bury the past and present a fresh, modern face to the world. Most recently, the entire building has been undergoing a massive overhaul to be reopened as a combination of hotel rooms and residential units. But can a fresh coat of paint and a new name truly erase such a dark and troubled history? The stories are too powerful, the mysteries too deep. The legacy of the Cecil Hotel, with all its ghosts and unanswered questions, is etched into the very fabric of Los Angeles lore. It remains a stark reminder that some places, no matter how much they change on the surface, will forever be haunted by their past. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the Cecil Hotel. What do you think really happened to Elisa Lam? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the world's greatest mysteries. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.